You know those classic Disney cartoons? Perhaps maybe Steamboat Willie, or Mickey Mouse in Vietnam. If you want more info on that cartoon, go look it up. The story is super interesting and bone-chilling at the same time. But there is one nobody has ever seen, but I hand it to people like Gorix or Randy Hilson. And I tell you, they do a good dang job at imitating the cartoon. They were trying to imitate Suicide Mouse if you didn't know, and however, this cartoon has not been digitized. Continuing on, the cartoon is supposedly about Mickey walking past 6 buildings in a 3-minute loop, but however, it was not the truth about the cartoon. This was a test for Mickey's original concept, Mortimer Mouse. There were 3 cartoons on him, but later Mortimer was scrapped. This one cartoon was only shown to only one test audience, who then supposedly went into intense paranoia after witnessing the super bone-chilling imagery on the cartoon. This caused an alarming amount of people committing suicide, and that's what gave the cartoon its name. Past all of those bullcrap rumors spread shortly before Walt Disney himself scrapped Mortimer, in favor of Mickey Mouse. Mortimer's suicide starts with Mortimer happily walking past a street of a small town with a gravel road, and small buildings, with one bakery or candy store every now and then. And most notable, Mortimer whistles for around 1 minute, before looking down feeling gloomy, and his hands go behind his back for another 3 minutes. But then, the film got corrupted for 37 seconds. But when the screen came back, Mortimer was walking a little bit faster, meanwhile having a very anxious and scared smirk on his face. The town that was once a small town, was now seen as abandoned at this point. 20 seconds later, he starts to spread a very, very cheesy grin, which was completely disturbing as hell, considering the fact Walt Disney makes teeth super hyper-realistic. At that point, Mortimer's pupils dilate with the veins in his eyes, looking like they literally might explode. At around the 5th minute, Mortimer walks even faster, and faster, and faster, as things started being set on fire, and collapse, like if Mortimer was literally in hell. Then, Mortimer lunges into a full-on sprint, as if he was running for his dear life. Shadows started growing around Mortimer. And then his eyes pop out of his skull, bouncing like basketballs behind him. And then, the street started morphing and going in directions that literally were so impossible. Then, Mortimer defies physics, by running up the street, and then going down, without even having to go even faster, slow down, heck, even stop. Then, Mortimer stops looking at the sidewalk, and finds a .357 Magnum laying on the ground. Mortimer grabbed the gun, and he cried to himself softly, and then he pulled the trigger. The short then ends with a shot of Mortimer's dead corpse laying on the floor, creepily smiling. And there was text. It said, "The gates of hell beckon the foolish." I have not checked the last 10 seconds of the cartoon. But, from what my best friend said to me, it was just the end screen with Mortimer's dead corpse standing up, and then waves at the viewer, telling the viewer goodbye. So, that freaked me out when he told me that.